Hello viewers, we are glad and happy to be with you once again for yet another session of inspiring young entrepreneurs. Here from Davasha Studios, this is Asha Omar, one of the directors, and I'm as always with
David Njuguna, also a director and a photographer.
Thanks. We are so happy. We are so excited. We thank God We count it all joy to have this privilege and opportunity to come to you at the comfort of your homes or your car, whatever you could be catching us live from. And please remember, we do invite you to engage with us. We would love to hear from you. We would love to learn together with you. This show will not be anything good if you do not engage, if you do not invite others, so that all of us can learn and move along in this exciting and wonderful journey, this conversation we are going to have today. I'm telling you, I promise you, it'll be so invigorating, so exciting.
Yeah.
You don't want to miss that.
That's true. Today's topic is quite exciting.
Yes.
I'm sure most of you are wondering what is in it for us. We are talking about making your own lip balm. What about that?
Especially for the young ladies.
And what about for the men? I just posted this in our young men group in church, and I was wondering, okay, what are they making lip balm for? Anyway, it's exciting. Hope you've carried some lip balm with you.
Yes, I have mine here with me. I wouldn't say the brand, but I'll just say that it works well for me.
So we are really excited to be with you this week. Yes. We continue to bring you amazing things as we learn together. We always say we are not business experts, but we can always share something with you. And you can always share something with us as well. So get tuned and get prepared. We will start off with just a video from one of our students, just as a breaker. And thereafter, we will go to our main video of the day. Yes. So just stay tuned. As you send this link to the groups that you are in, we are talking about entrepreneurship, not just makeup, but entrepreneurship. Sure. So it's really important that you share this link. So we'll give you a few minutes to share this link in the groups, in the WhatsApp groups, in your status and all that, so that at least when we begin all of us together, because today you can't afford to miss and your friends cannot afford to miss this. So kindly stay tuned and we'll be with you shortly.
My name is Margaret Njeri and I am a photographer. I really never thought of myself being a photographer one time in life, but during one of my long holidays from school, I took a course on photography, and when I finished, I ended up doing portrait photography. At Davasha School of Photography, I really learned a lot, from the basic tips on how to take a picture, how to operate a camera, to the business skills, professionalism in your work, discipline, you as a person, you as a photographer, and really different and many skills that will help me throughout my journey. My name is Margaret Njeri and I am a photographer. I really never thought of myself being a photographer one time in life, but during one of my long holidays from school, I took a course on photography, and when I finished, I ended up doing portrait photography. At the Davasha School of Photography, I really learned a lot, from the basic tips on how to take a picture, how to operate a camera, to the business skills, professionalism in your work, discipline, you as a person, you as a photographer, and really different and many skills that will help me throughout my journey. My name
Hi, I would also want to make a special request and a special invite to parents and grandparents for this show today. You've got to tune in. There is something special for you to learn as well. Yeah. So for those of us who have parents, especially if you're a young person, please call your parents and your grandparents as well, and let them, if they can be able, let them also be able to view this and there's something special they'll learn.
Yeah, that will be very exciting. We can already see many people are coming in.
Yes.
And we can actually acknowledge some of them.
Sure.
Yes.
We have Christine Kariuki. Thank you for joining us today. Martin Wanja, you say tuned in. Queen Vaji, as always, thanks for your consistent support. We are so grateful. Mudhoni Munene, thank you. Thank you for joining us. We have Agnes Mugo tuned in. Welcome, Agnes. I believe you're a first timer, and if not, forgive me, but we are so grateful to have you all in. Kimsley, as always, we are grateful for your support. We also see Flavian. Thank you very much, as always. Thank you. And we have Elijah as well. We appreciate your support.
Yeah.
Please keep engaging, and please keep inviting others as well.
Yeah. So before we go to this particular video, we just want to give you a few reflective questions, that you can think about as you're watching this video, that will form our discussion, and what you can write questions or comments about, so that we can discuss that on the live platform. So our reflective questions, as you can see, is number one: what do you think was the key challenge that Zandra is the main character in the video we will watch, had to overcome? What do you think was the key challenge, the one challenge that if she would not have overcome, would not have made the business a success? Number two, what is the 3 key lessons that you have learned from this video? And you can take on number 3.
Number 3, what is your lip balm in quotes, and what are you doing about it? And as I repeat that question, I would like to emphasize the lip balm in quotes. What is your lip balm, and what are you doing about it? Just to let you understand that we have different lip balms. So what is your lip balm in quotes? Yes.
Okay, very good, very good. So without any further ado, let's just dive into this video, and I'm sure you will really, really, really enjoy it, So stay tuned and just watch this very short clip, and we'll be coming back thereafter to have this discussion with you. So welcome.
What is it like for your now 19-year-old daughter to be your boss?
Zandra Beauty is a plant-based skincare company that I created when I was 9 years old, and my products are now sold and sourced across the nation.
Overall, I guess it's okay.
He hasn't quit yet. I almost quit today.
I'm Zandra Cunningham, and I'm the founder of Zandra Beauty, and I'm a mini mogul.
All right, so let's make the lip balm. Shea butter, our cocoa butter, and then
Zandra Beauty started when my dad refused to buy me lip balm, and that no kind of inspired me to figure out where lip balm came from, how was it made, and that's when I started researching. And my mom joined me, and we ordered the kit. My mom and I would spend our time trying to create lip balm at home in our kitchen, and we didn't really know what we were doing, but we just knew we were having fun while we were doing it. That was when I was just like, this is what I want to do. And then that's when we started to figure out where all the raw materials came from, how we could make this on a mass scale, but also produce from scratch.
And this is what she was handing out at church, and someone gave her $1 for one.
And that's when I had my breakthrough moment where I was like, I can make money off of this too. And that's really just where it started. And now here we are today.
Easing into Zandra full-time was a lot easier experience for me than it was for him, because I was involved from the beginning. So the transition for me wasn't really like a physical transition where I had to get involved. It was more like a mental, like, okay, I'm going to leave my real job to go work for Zandra. And that was the scary part.
For the last couple of years of Zandra, which has been in existence for almost 9, I wasn't really a part of it. All I was doing was simply write checks, and that would be it. But now the checks have become much larger, so it's like, instead of just being a dad, now I need to be really involved in the business.
It's definitely really weird setup, and it was really disappointing sometimes to have fun at the office and you see my employees embrace me, and then when I got home, I would be grounded because I was a kid. Yeah, it was weird.
I am the grandmother to Zandra, and I've been with them since the very beginning.
Yeah, what's it like to work for your 19-year-old brand?
Well, As long as she stays humble and kind, it's a piece of cake.
The business is how we survive. To see it actually grow into to the point where it's taking care of itself and taking care of all my loved ones and the people around me, it's amazing. However, at the end of the day, here in Zandra headquarters, what I say goes. Start over.
Overall, it's actually a very fun experience. It really is. I mean, clearly, Zandra's probably been one of the best bosses I've ever had. I mean, she's very talented.
I really hope that whatever Zandra wants, Zandra gets for her company.
She's been all involved in the business. Sleep is a rarity. One way or the other, I just want her to get back what she put in, times 50.
Today in 2019, Zandra Beauty is worth over $1 million. So what's next for me is I'm gonna move into the hair care line, move into a clothing line, and I'm also looking to purchase a new house. Zandra Beauty can be huge. The way that every person thinks of their favorite company or their favorite skincare product and how it's instilled in your hearts and you guys been using it for generations and generations, Zandra is going to be instilled and taking that place. Take the world by storm. That's really what Zandra's going to be. And it's going to grow and it's going to be amazing. It already is, so each year it's going to be bigger and better.
Wow, wow, wow. Did you know that makeup is actually cooked in the kitchen?
If you know how to cook, you can cook your way into some product.
Wow. So the kitchen is not only for food.
Yes.
It can actually become something very useful even in making makeup. I actually didn't know that until I watched this video and thought, wow, this is amazing. So if you have a kitchen right there where you are, you have the potential to cook some lip balm. Wow, very exciting story. We definitely want to hear what you have, and we'll go right away and just check any comments that have come in so far and just move on with that. So let me see. Yeah, you can just mention the few comments that are there.
We have a comment from Carlson Dietrich. You say, good to see you. Also acknowledging good to see Martin as one of the participants in this show in terms of engagement. Tukondani, and it's Friday, so we know great things are cooking, and for sure great things are cooking.
Let's check the YouTube as well and see.
Yes. Yes. Wow. You double up as makeup artist also. I am excited already. Twende kazi. Wow. So
that is really, really great. You know, we are reminding you the reflective questions that we are looking at. You know, tell us, what do you think was the key challenge that Zandra, that young girl from the age of 9, had to overcome until now she is 19. Yes. That's 10 years, to get the business where it is. Yes. What are the 3 key lessons that you have learned, and what is your lip balm? And we really want to hear from you. And as we go into that, we've been reflecting and talking about kid entrepreneurship or children being entrepreneurs. Yes. And what I love most about this video is that it puts that into perspective. Yes. It brings in the bigger family, the father's involvement, the mother's involvement, all the way up to the grandmother's involvement. Yes. And I think for me, that is a really, really key lesson that we need to learn, particularly as our society. Yeah, I don't know, have you seen many businesses around, revolving around the family and getting everyone plugging in? Or how has it been?
There haven't been many. Possibly a lot of them are such that they are started by the father, and hardly do they get to the next generation. A few of them do, and I am making reference specifically from the African context. Yeah. We do not see this. It's not the same with the Indians. Actually, in actual sense, for the Indians, it is part of the thread of the fiber of their community and culture that whatever is started at whatever point is generational. So it is actually expected, and there are structures within the family system, within the society that encourage that, and in fact make it that it will automatically happen because the structure is already in place in part of their livelihoods. So you find that generational businesses in the Indian community and possibly other communities of the world, they are really much there.
Wow.
But for us as Africans, we are really struggling on that end. But I think the twist to this particular one is that it is the other way. It is the child who starts and then brings on board the parents. First generation backwards, and then the grandparent, second generation backwards. I think that is totally awesome and really quite unique.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think cultural barriers, could have contributed to that situation.
Yes.
Because at the end of the day, it is how a society decides to look at things.
Yes.
If a society will not give voice to the child, if a society will not give voice to the woman or to the man, it will affect a lot of things. And this is just one perfect example. And I like the fact that Zandra, though American, she's a Black American, because we all know, from Obama.
Our relative, by
we
the way.
all know that we are relatives, that these people actually came from, Africa, some of them in Kenya, and it's really amazing to see how just being in a different cultural setting can really, enlighten you and make you to just perform differently.
Yes, thinking differently.
Yeah.
I think it boils down to going back to asking ourselves, why do we do what we do? And if we then perceive that which we do adds value, we can keep at it.
Yeah.
But if we perceive that maybe because even the changing times and the situations and the environments we find ourselves in now going forward, it is not supporting that, then by all means, it makes sense to leave those things, or rather to think differently, because then that's the only way we shall progress.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Very good. That is one of my most challenging thing I see that she had to overcome, is what I can call a background of cultural barrier, and I think she did pretty well in that. And just reminding you, our viewers, our 3 questions, we will give you a chance to watch that video once again, because it's a very short clip, so that you can be able to get your answers and your questions ready. So our reflective questions are right here, and you can take on that.
Yes, the first one is, what do you think was the key challenge that Zandra had to overcome as a young lady, a young entrepreneur, pretty young in fact? And so we ask if you could just think around, and even from the clip, see, what do you think are some of the challenges that she had to overcome? Then number 2, what are the 3 key lessons that you have learned? What are the 3 key lessons that you have learned from that clip by the young lady? Then number 3, what is your lip balm and what are you doing about it? What is your lip balm and what are you doing about it? Please and kindly engage us on the platforms. We'll be more than glad to read your views, because in that way we are able to, learn from one another and encourage and motivate and inspire one another.
Yeah, very, very good. Yes. So as we said, we'll give you again a take on this video. It's pretty short, and just write your comments or your questions or your contribution for this discussion. This is a live show, and so we love discussing and hearing from you. As you know, the Bible says iron sharpens iron. So definitely, we are here to share ideas with you and just get to understand what you have as well. So we'll play this video again for you, and there it goes. Karibu sana.
What is it like for your now 19-year-old daughter to be your boss?
Zandra Beauty is a plant-based skincare company that I created when I was 9 years old, and my products are now sold and sourced across the nation.
Overall, I guess it's okay.
He hasn't quit yet. I almost quit today.
I'm Zandra Cunningham, and I'm the founder of Zandra Beauty, and I'm a mini mogul.
All right, so let's make the
lip balm, shea butter, our cocoa butter, and then Ginger Beauty started when my dad refused to buy me lip balm, and that no kind of inspired me to figure out where lip balm came from, how was it made, and that's when I started researching. And my mom joined me, and we ordered the kit. My mom and I would spend our time trying to create lip balm at home in our kitchen, and we didn't really know what we were doing, but we just knew we were having fun while we were doing it. That was when I was just like, this is what I want to do. And then that's when we started to like figure out where all the raw materials came from, how we could make this on a mass scale, but also produce from scratch.
And this is what she was handing out at church, and someone gave her $1 for one.
And that's when I had my breakthrough moment where I was like, I can make money off of this too. And that's really just where it started. And now here we are today.
Easing into Xandra full-time was a lot easier experience for me than it was for him because I was involved from the beginning. So the transition for me wasn't really like a physical transition where I had to get involved. It was more like a mental, like, okay, I'm going to leave my real job to go work for Xandra. You know, and that was the scary part.
For the last couple of years of Xandra, which has been in existence for almost 9, I wasn't really a part of it. All I was doing was simply just write checks and that would be it. But now the checks have become much larger, so it's like instead of just being a dad, now I need to be like really involved in the business.
It's definitely really weird setup, and it was really disappointing sometimes to have fun at the office and you see my employees embrace me, and then when I got home, I would be grounded because I was a kid. Yeah, it was weird.
I am the grandmother to Xandra, and I've been with them since the very beginning.
Yeah, what's it like to work for your 19-year-old grand?
Well, as long as she stays humble and kind, it's a piece of cake.
The business is how we survive. To see it actually grow into to the point where it's taking care of itself and taking care of all of my loved ones and the people around me, it's amazing. However, at the end of the day, here in the Xandra headquarters, what I say goes, start over.
Overall, it's actually a very fun experience. It really is. I mean, clearly, Xandra's probably been one of the best bosses I've ever had. I mean, she's very talented.
I really hope that whatever Xandra wants, Xandra gets for her company.
She's been all involved in the business. Sleep is a rarity. One way or the other, I just want her to get back what she put in, times 50.
Today in 2019, Xandra Beauty is worth over $1 million. So what's next for me is I'm gonna move into the hair care line, move into a clothing line, and I'm also looking to purchase a new house. Xandra Beauty can be huge. The way that every person thinks of their favorite company or their favorite skincare product and how it's instilled in your hearts and you guys been using it for generations and generations, Xandra is gonna be instilled and taking that place. Take the world by storm. That's really what Xandra's gonna be. And it's gonna grow and it's gonna be amazing. It already is, so each year it's gonna be bigger and better.
Wow, we believe for those who didn't have a chance to see the first time we played the clip, now you've had a chance to actually see the clip. And that's a really, really motivating and exciting clip. You know, for me, what stands out first of all is actually how this all begins. You know, it starts just from an ordinary family, you know, and just an ordinary 9-year-old
Conversation.
who loves just using a lip balm, you know. And here she is asking the dad to buy lip balm and buy lip balm, next time buy lip balm. And one day the dad goes, why don't you make your own lip balm? You know, and sometimes, you know, we can even interpret that response as not loving, you know, pushing back and saying, why don't you make your own lip balm? You know, what would you say about all that, how the story unfolds, and here they are with the mother and they are trying to make the lip balm from the kitchen, you know, what would you say in a nutshell about that set of the story?
It's, first of all, it's interesting that it's an ordinary conversation in homes. Children are always asking for things from parents, buy me this, buy the other, and in this particular instance, I think the father just felt, I am tired of this, and I actually don't think he really thought much. It is just that being, I am tired, I think, because this we shall keep on buying. Why don't you just, why don't you just think about, making it? And it's what I find very actually more interesting is the way the child receives it, especially being that she was a 9-year-old. And she picks it up and shares it with her mom. And then we also find a very interesting mother who is willing to support and take on the challenge together with the child, because they had to go start learning how you make lip balm. And then they had to buy the ingredients and do the whole process from the house. And the mother really worked along with the child. And they made quite more than they needed. And they went and shared with, in church and just gave others. And in being generous, in giving others, one person just, pays $1 for it. And that opens a whole, world of opportunities. It opens everything else that Zandra has today. So I'm thinking it is in the little things. It is in the little things. So as we live, let's begin to see and feel and hear the ideas, the things that are just around us. Let's begin to take conversations as the things that can actually give us, the points,
the trigger.
The triggers, yes, the triggers, the light bulbs. That's the word I was looking for. They give us the light bulbs. Yes.
Wow, very good. I see comments are already streaming in, and we can start with Facebook. You can help us.
Yes, we have Carlson there saying, oh my God, this is amazing. To all the ladies and all of us who have hundreds of spices on our shelves, it's time to add a new spice now and get cooking some lip balm.
Wow. Nice. We look forward to see more lip balm. Kenyan made.
Kenyan made. Those ones that are chili. Those ones.
Yeah, this is very exciting. Yes. Another comment right there.
We have a comment from Flavian. I think one of the challenges she faced maybe is getting her family to leave their jobs and to work for her. Because I am imagining your parents leaving their jobs to work for their 19-year-old. It can be a very risky decision somehow. I totally agree.
Yeah, I think even the mother said one of the things that was very scary for her was the thought of leaving her job and come and work for her 19-year-old. Very good. But I also see somehow some training that went on to actually help this girl to behave the way she behaves when she's 19 and she has her parents and grandparents working for her. That's not very easy. And one of the things I realized she talks about, she says that even when she had the business and she's running it, her parents would still, reprimand her. They would still be there to guide, to correct, to rebuke, to nurture her.
Child.
Exactly. So she talked about, being locked down. Now we are in a lockdown, being grounded.
For some mistakes that she made.
Definitely. And that's quite a tricky balance. What do you think about that?
Yes, it's actually, I must commend this family. They are just very unique, very awesome. How they are able to allow the young girl to be the boss in the office, to be the leader, to lead, to guide, to bring in the business, to bring in the the cash, the ideas, and they work together with her in the sense that when they are in the business, she is the lead. She is the one who gives the guidance and direction, and they follow, so to speak. However, when they are in the home environment, they change roles, so to speak, and the parents are the parents, and the child is the child. So she does not get away with things just because she's the one who started the business and we are the ones who joined you. She doesn't get away. She still experiences and goes through the motions of a child under the care of a parent, under the care of the leading and the guidance of the parents. So I love totally the way they have been able to strike the balance.
Wow.
Yes.
Great. I see more people have joined us. We have Susan Nyanchama right there. We have Haron Kaburia right
you.
there.
Welcome.
We have Tabitha
Kabugu. Hi,
Karibu sana.
Thanks.
We have Samuel Warui,
yes.
Duncan Mogire,
thank you.
right there, on YouTube. Let's see who else is joining here.
Yes.
We have Elijah Kumu, we have Flavian Nyandusi,
yes.
and that is great. A lot of comments. This seems to be a very interesting topic. Maybe we'll go through them a bit more faster. Yeah, so help us.
Lessons learned. Necessity is the mother of invention. Her dad refused to buy her makeup, and she decided to learn how to make hair. And boom, $1 million company was birthed.
Wow, that's really great. I think as parents, one of my take home in this is that you should not fear to push back.
Yes.
It doesn't mean that you don't love your child, it just means, as he said, necessity is the mother of invention. When you cannot provide all the toys they want, which we never got when we were growing up, we ended up making the toys ourselves.
Yes.
With the sticks, with wires, with paper bags, with any kind of thing. But today we see kids who can't make the toys.
Yes.
You have to buy the plastic toys for them.
They cry, and the parents have the pressure to provide everything, including unimaginable things.
Yes. So if you're a parent, that's a really big one for us.
Yes.
And we are glad. Another one right there.
From Slave, you say, I think it takes much of confidence for a parent to leave their job and get employed, or rather work for their child. I loved these parents. They have actually changed the tradition narrative. Very inspiring.
Wow.
Yes.
Great indeed. That is a really, really a hard thing to do.
Yes.
To leave your own business, leave your own job, and go and work on payroll. Actually, the father says she's a very good boss, but she's actually underpaying me, Yeah, it's a very beautiful, well choreographed relationship right here, and we really want to hear what the others have to say. Another one right there.
Some more comments there from Kinsley. You say, wow, this is so inspiring. The parents working for their daughter, and that is so rare to find here in Africa.
Wow.
Very true.
It seems everyone is hitting hard on that, on parents.
Parents. Tables are turned. There's a shift. There's a paradigm shift.
The guns are directed to the parents,
Yes.
Yes. So anyway, I think parents will definitely have a big responsibility, and we too are challenged to actually do much more, and just guide. The Bible is so clear, and it puts the parental responsibility to train up children squarely on the parents. And sometimes as parents try to delegate the same to the teachers in school. And that's one of the biggest advantage of this COVID situation.
Yes.
Is that now parents are forced to parent, and they are forced to train.
They are forced to train, to teach, even the academics.
Yes. To just have that role of the teacher and that role of the parent all together as God intended it to be. And it's just amazing. Some more comments right there.
Carlson writes again and says, 9 years wengine wetu tulikuwa tunacheza bano. The marbles. This shows me we need to challenge our kids and give them ideas and opportunities that will inspire them instead of watching them waste their years.
Yeah. A 9-year-old today, unless there is school, by default, if you don't do nothing as a parent, they will just be glued to the screen.
The television.
And watching nothing else but cartoons.
Yes.
Nothing inspirational, but just cartoons. So I think, it's a really shift, in the norm of things, and a good challenge to us parents right there.
Yes. We have another comment. I also like how there is a distinction between their roles. The father and mother are parents at home and are employees at the daughter's company. I love the humility that goes around that.
Wow, very, very godly. You know, they spoke about taking the products to church and just giving people. So they seem to be a godly family. And I think some of these sacrifices, you know, can only come under the umbrella of the Lordship, you know, of God, you know, because at the end of the day, you know, in our natural self, these are hard nut to crack.
Yes.
It's really, really hard, you know? Yeah.
In our natural self, the parent would not necessarily agree to be led by the child.
Yeah.
It would look an abomination.
Especially in the African context.
Especially in the African context. And more so for the father.
Yes.
Given that it's actually a daughter. More so for the father. If it was son, maybe. But now for the daughter, you know, watu watasema umekaliwa.
Wow, nice.
Yes.
Another one right there.
Lessons learned also. A blessing for one becomes a blessing for many. Her whole family is in the business and benefiting.
Wow.
Yes.
Great, great, great. Let's turn over to YouTube and see there are lots of comments right there.
Yes.
And you can help us to go through them.
Yes, we have one who writes and says, I agree, as Africans we need to learn. And as David mentioned in an earlier show, one of the greatest moves is coming from Africa now. So let's learn and take advantage of this opportunity.
Very true, and that's actually the purpose of this show.
Sure.
It's just to trigger you, you know, to just show you what's happening out there in trying to just get more young people into entrepreneurship from this part of the country, from Kenya, from the neighboring countries, from Africa, for a great, great future for our country and our people.
Sure.
Yeah.
We have a comment here. It is amazing how she sounds humble as much as she is the boss. Humility is a very key value for any success in life.
Wow. Very great.
Yeah.
Very great. I think as the grandmother says, you know, when she's asked, how is it to work for your 19-year-old granddaughter? She said, it's as long as she
remains humble. It is a piece of cake.
It is a piece of cake, meaning it is even sweeter.
And sweeter.
Yes. But that means also, if you reverse the situation, if she is not humble,
they will not be there.
Definitely she won't be able to take it. She can't stomach it, you know. And I think, as Flavian has alluded right there, there's a key value that we need to inculcate in our children as they grow, you know, perhaps through parenting, through mentorship, and any other forums that we are able to drive this.
I think as we say that charity begins at home, and also to appreciate the fact that the parents are the models, we are seeing the reflection of the humility of the parents in the child. The child is humble because she learned to be humble from the parents. Because how then would they allow her to be the boss and to guide them and to lead them in the business if they are not humble?
Yeah.
So it means they already had the humility which the child learns, and then they are benefiting from the same thing that they have given out and taught over the years by having a humble, quote-unquote, boss.
Yeah, very true, very true.
Yes.
Let's take a few more right there.
Yes. Elijah writes in and says, age is not a limitation. It's important for us to see potential and support potential, because you never know what the future holds. You might be looking up $1 million worth of a company because you are not seeing potential.
Very good.
Yes.
Very good. So that means, as parents, again, just seeing the potential in our own children. You know, when a 9-year-old is trying to tell you, you know, mom, we should not do it that way, we should do it this way. You know, you should not take it as they don't know what they are saying. You know, you should just try to see beyond their ignorance. You know, they will ask you, of course, not from a business perspective, but try to see beyond. Yeah. Try to, you know, God to reveal to you what lies beyond what this child is trying to express. Yeah. And that...
beyond the questions, beyond what may feel like being stubborn and persistent.
Exactly.
And just sometimes plain old, almost nagging. Seeing an opportunity beyond, you know, that. Yes.
Wow. There's one more right there.
Being the boss in the office, and at the end of the day, she would be grounded by her parents at home since she is still a child. That is hilarious.
Pretty hilarious,
Yes.
I'm telling you.
Yes.
And it's just amazing how the whole thing plays out. You can see the kind of reaction, that clip has had, meaning it's quite inspiring. It's quite educative.
Yes.
It's quite intriguing,
Yes.
and that's really, really good stuff. So as we try to investigate further, we are seeing the dad saying, overall, it's actually a fun experience.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's actually a fun experience working for your daughter. And I think this is coming from the premise that he now feels successful because he can actually see the success in her daughter, who is more like her successor.
Yes.
What's your take on that?
We have to understand and appreciate very deeply this fact that when we are blessed with the children, they are actually the future. They are an extrapolation, they are an extension of the many things that we would achieve, would have desired to achieve, or we would achieve much longer into the future. If we just look at it in a general sense, we expect that a child should live longer than the parent. So if the parent helps the child to be successful, to be grounded, to be of good character, and to bring a lot of value into the community, it means this parent has managed to outlive his own time with all that goodness and benefits.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
And so it's when we see it properly from that perspective, I think all of us will be, as parents especially, will be brought to that very deep understanding and realization that it is really up to us to work it out.
Wow.
Yes.
I agree with you fully.
Yes.
And I see that what you're saying has actually led this young lady to be a visionary.
Yes.
See, she's talking generational. She's saying this will be a generational business that will move on from one generation to another, to another, to another. She can already see that way because she has appreciated what the grandmother has inputted, what the parents have inputted, and now what she's doing, she can appreciate it's a culmination of what the labor of these two generations have labored. And that's so beautiful. She also has a plan to expand into clothing line and hair products.
Sure.
What would you say about that?
I think we go back to something you pointed out about having learned to be a visionary. I see that she keeps expanding her horizons. She keeps expanding her thinking. Her mindset is opening up. She is seeing more ideas. She's seeing more possibility. Because of this one, from humble beginnings, she has a deep conviction in her heart that even when I take on another, I will be able to put in the same effort, the same support that I've had, and I'll be able to as well experience success in that other additional venture. So the support and the success in the very first one that she started with was very critical.
Wow.
It was very powerful because now it has inspired many other ideas and believe that it is actually going to be possible.
Very true.
Yes,
it just reminds me of David and Goliath in the Bible. And we see David as a young shepherd boy. He's busy tending to the sheep. What happens? He encounters the bear. He encounters the lion. And all this was preparation for Goliath. So when he encountered Goliath, he knew that his God who helped him with the bear and the lion can help him with and that to me, it paints a picture that, we can help our children to do things in a small way at home. It doesn't have to start full-fledged like that. It can begin a small thing. Is your child good at beading, for example? Let her make a few necklaces. Let her make a few bracelets. Let her take them to church.
Let her give them out even for free.
Even for birthdays for her friends, And by that kind of nurturing, tomorrow when, she's faced with a big opportunity, she can remember the small opportunities.
The small successes she has had.
Exactly. And she can build on that.
Yes.
Wow, that's great. We'll be showing you that Zandra Beauty website very soon. But before that, let's just go and see if there are more comments that have come in.
Yes.
And there is one right here.
Yes, I love that perspective. Children are our own, they are our successors, and we should see potential and not threat.
Very good, very good.
In fact, that point is, I am saddened in a lot of things we see around where the parents are actually viewing the children as threats to the empires that they have built, or the other way around, where the children are seeing the parents as a threat because maybe they are not allowing them to expand and to extend and increase the boundaries and exploit their potential, because maybe the parents are still holding on, or maybe the parents are not believing in the children, so they become a limiter, a hindrance, so to speak. Yes.
Wow, very good. Another one right there from Martin Wanja.
Martin, you say, wow, this is an inspiring video. The challenge Zandra experienced was her dad not providing for her a lip balm, which made her to think on how to make her own. Her parents leaving their jobs and start working for her and was quite not easy, but they supported and worked with her. Key lessons learned. Wonderful. Thank you for putting it in a very organized way. Number one, to give your children support in recreative ways. Number two, we should not be baby providing to the children everything, but maybe that should read, we should not be maybe providing everything to the children, but we can train them to make their own toys, e.g. cars and dolls.
Wow.
Yes.
Very true, very true. Another one right there.
Yes. It is inspiring how they let their, how they let her stretch her wings and fly. The way they supported her through. As the parents, they didn't try to overtake her and be the superiors in the business. It was her own show, and they were okay with that. Most parents should learn that. Let their children run their own show, make mistakes, learn from the mistakes, and the parents should be there to always lift them up when they fall.
Wow.
Wonderful.
Very great comment there.
Yes.
And we would like to hear, in case you've had also, an encounter with your parents as a young person, and you're there, you're watching us, or as a parent, you've had an encounter with your child in following their passion. Kindly write and share some experiences that might help someone else.
Or even as a grandparent.
Yes, even as a grandparent. Yes. Amazing. We have a few more comments right there.
Yes, we have Susan Kagunya. You have joined. Thank you for your support. Thanks. A comment from Carlson. I have a lip balm. I have seen potential in my young bro. Our last born. He loves rabbits. So I have asked him to calculate the materials required. I buy the materials, then help him build and get 2 rabbits.
Wow.
Watch out this space. We are also birthing $1 million ranch of rabbits. Watch out for it, and please buy them from us. When we start selling them, you will be part of our growth. Wow.
That is beautiful. We can't wait to buy those rabbits.
$1 million ranch of rabbits.
Yes. What about that? I haven't heard of any.
We haven't heard of any.
So
there are ranches for cows, but no one for rabbit. That is unique.
Yes, I think we should come and document that in video and photography, and in every way support that venture, Mr. Dietrich.
And they say rabbit meat is sweeter.
Exactly.
And softer.
So keep us updated. We are keen to actually support that and just get it to the next level.
Wow.
Very good. Wow, that's really good. We have Seth Savato is joining us today, Mr. Sava. We are really grateful. Karibu sana. Here we are talking about lip balm. I hope you do have your own lip balm. Yeah, but I know you've got one already.
Yes.
And somewhere Salome Nduku right there.
Thank you.
So, yeah, so we will take you right to show you this website, just for you to have a glimpse of how this website looks like, for this young lady. And that would be a really exciting thing just to show and acknowledge. Okay, so there you go. So this is her website. We just went to check it out. And, what I like most about it, it has that feel of a young person, a pretty young person. Because, you look at even the font of the word Zandra, you look at the kind of imagery there is there, you look at
the models used.
And she's been featured in all this, in CNN, in Forbes. Yeah. In NBC, and it's amazing. Even the Black
magazine,
even Oprah, and it's really, really amazing. So the website is there with a lot of exciting things that you can check out. There's a blog right there, community work there, what she's doing, classes and parties. Looking at the party side of things. It's because she's young, she has to identify with her generation, which is really, really exciting. And of course, if you want to book her, for anything, for a show, for an interview, she has Book Zandra right there. And the shop is right there with body, bath products, beauty products. You see the lip balm is right there,
Yes.
Now there is lip scrub, I don't know what that is, but I'm sure you know. And there is the hair products are already setting in, and gift bundles. And she said she'll move on even to apparel.
Yes.
And clothing and all that. So check out that, and that, you can get a lot of inspiration from that, You can see a lot of amazing things, a welcome note right there, some products there, and the prices, etc. And that is just an exciting place, for you to explore and get more inspired by this very young and focused talent, Yeah, she has put this article here of Martin Luther King Jr., dream big, then build bigger, and that just shows that, she's also learning from other people who've gone before her and getting inspired. And that's why we come to you to share with you this show and just make sure that, we don't keep this good news to ourselves. We need you to be successful, even as we also pursue success in God. Yeah. So thank you very much. I hope we have not locked anyone out. Let's just check for the last time. If there is any comment that we have locked out. Mr. Socrates has joined us.
Thank you.
Karibu sana, Mr. Socrates. We've heard more about you from the history books. And finally,
we met you.
Here you are with us. Karibu sana, Mr. Socrates. That is great. Let's see on YouTube if we have any. We don't have any comment that we have locked out. Yeah, and maybe you can just give us your parting shot, in all these very exciting learnings that we have had today. What can you give us as a parting shot for today?
I think the running theme still goes on. First, that ideas are all around us. We don't have to wait for some big bang, something from Venus or whatever, out of this world. There's small things all around us in our day-to-day living, in our normal, conversations. We can be more, sensitive to that, and could it be the way that the light bulbs that are going to light, in our minds and give us ideas that we can exploit. And that number two, as we continue to learn, that there is really no limitation.
Wow.
It is not about age. It is not even about culture. It is not even race. It is not even gender.
Not even resources.
And so once we are able to reset our minds, reprogram our minds, the software in our heads, that anybody can be an entrepreneur so long as they see that idea and are supported to work it out and, move through. The rest of the learning will come along as we pursue.
Wow.
Then we are increasing our chances of starting out and being successful.
Wow.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Asha. You've always graced this business discussion and given us amazing insight, and we are really grateful that you've been available and very supportive so far. So to our viewers also, thank you very much for always being there, every Monday 11 to 12, every Wednesday 11 to 12, and on Fridays 11 to 12. As the economy continues and we see, how, people are getting busy during the day, we may restructure the timings of the shows, but we will keep these shows running. Yeah, for now we are still on every Monday 11 to 12. We have a photography show where we discuss all matters photography, and every Wednesday 11 to 12, again both on Facebook and YouTube, we are there discussing all matter video and video production and videography.
Yes.
And on Fridays,
as always on Fridays, our opportunity to converse around entrepreneurship and to encourage and motivate each other in the Inspiring Young Entrepreneurs edition.
Very good. Focusing on the young people, because as we have always been told, the future belongs.
The future belongs.
And this future is always future.
This future is always future.
No, when we were young, you are told the future belongs. But still, even now, the future still belongs to these young people. So, if you're a parent, if you're an MD, if you're an entrepreneur out there, and you really would like to participate in this show, we welcome you. Write to us and let us know, and we can host you in this show, and we can have a discussion, and you can as well be able to contribute. If you're a young person and you have ideas, and you have a business, or you don't even have a business, but you have some ideas, and you'd like to share in this show, again, write to us, and we'll be more than glad to host you in this show, whether virtually or physically. We can work the dynamics, nothing to worry, but we are really, really grateful. Finally, I want to ask you, if this show has been a blessing, if you've really liked this show, I'm not going to ask you to make a donation. No, the donation you can make is to share this link in the WhatsApp groups that you are in. Share it with your friends. Push it far and wide. Click on notification button right below so that every time we go live, you're able to get that notification. And again, you can search hashtag Davasha Live and share that. That will get all our shows that we have shown so far out there to the people, so that more people can get blessed with this. Yeah. So just to tell you, thank you. And I believe there is no more comment from us. As we part ways today, we have an amazing short film that we want to show you. This short film, we shot it ourselves, in support of a young lady, who at the time was at the university, but she had found her lip balm and she was pursuing it. So we are available to support young people who may see their lip balm and they really want to pursue it, and that would be great. So watch this video even as we end this show. Otherwise, God bless you, and do have a nice time, and see you next time.
Thank you. See you.
Thank you.
God bless. Stay safe.
Bye.
Hi, my name is Mercy Wanjiko Wainaina. I'm a makeup artist, fashion model, and a young entrepreneur. I run a makeup service brand by the name Jouer. It's a French word that means play. What makes me stand out in the industry is because I'm passionate about what I do, I'm keen to detail, and I always tend to understand my customers' needs and preferences and advise them accordingly. Makeup basically is supposed to enhance your beauty, not change who you are. So when ladies, we love looking nice. So when you see your client is glowing and all happy, that is my joy. I offer different packages for bridal, baby bump shoots, birthdays, graduations, corporate shoots, name it. Any event that needs glamour.